So now we turn our attention to posture. Now we do need to set ourselves up for our Pilates, but also this is quite useful for a general body check to just make sure that you are aligning yourself as well as can possibly be for you. So I want you to think about your head and neck initially. This is an area for a lot of us that can become a little bit kind of forward leaning because so much of the time we spend maybe over a computer, texting, maybe even cycling, particularly in Cambridge, or something that makes us forget about our upper back needing to be nice and strong, our chest needing to be open. The ears should line up hopefully with the shoulders. We should have our chin in alignment to the floor and our eyes on the horizon straight in front of us. Now when we do this, we often find this feels a little unnatural, but think about your neck being the top of your spine and those 5 vertebrae there really needing to line up with the rest of your spine. So once you've got that length through the neck, think about taking it further and imagining a string from the top of your head toward the ceiling and thinking about keeping that chin in alignment to the floor, of course. Shoulders need to stay down, the chest needs to stay open, and if you can think of maybe lifting the chest up a little toward the ceiling, just to keep that openness there. And a lot of people are quite tight here, so it is worth paying attention to this and every now and then thinking about aligning the back of your neck with the rest of your spine just during your general daily activities. So the arms are relaxed right through to the fingertips. Make sure that those shoulders are nestling down and that you feel that your shoulder blades behind you are like soft hammocks nestling. Then I want you to think about your core connection being in place, as we've discussed earlier. I want you to think about your hips being in alignment. If you can, think of your hip bones being like headlights on full beam ahead of you. Quite often we tend to stand a little like this. It's quite comfy sometimes, and if anyone remembers hot gossip, maybe we remember that too well. Anyway, think about realigning the spine. Think about the shape of your spine. The spine is a natural kind of S, but we don't want to over-exaggerate that position. And if you do have any spinal issues, please take care to maybe check with your doctor beforehand if you are doing any exercise, and predominantly do align yourself beautifully for the work ahead. So the lower back, the lumbar region, needs to be in what we call neutral, so we don't want it to be overarched, sort of duck-like, and we also don't want it to be pushed flat because that will push the hips forward. So we need to think about that lower back, the lumbar region, falling beautifully, naturally at the bottom of your spine. The knees need to be relaxed. Quite often the tension gets carried there, so soften the knees, spread the toes across the floor. Think about owning the surface area below your feet while still respecting that natural arch. Think about the ankles stabilizing. Think about the hips level. Think about the rib cage level, shoulders level, like spirit levels throughout. And of course the plumb line right down the center of you to represent the tallness of your spine.